That's a really long dachshund though. Like that's proportionally, that is not accurate. Hey book lovers, I'm Elise and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the books that I hope to read in the month of March. I'm saying hope now because the last couple months I've been reading, but not always the books on my TBR. When it comes down to it, I am a mood reader, so I can tell you that these books I have absolutely every intention of reading, but I might read these, I might read something else. We shall see. Kind of similar to last month. Last month, for the month of February, I had a bit of a color theme with it being February and the month of love. I did pinks and reds. For the month of March, since it is my birthday month, my birthday is on March 8th, I decided to do a color theme again, but this one would be aquamarine because that is the birthstone for March babies. I did my best, okay? There's some blue, green. I think aquamarine is more this color, sometimes this color, but like really clear. Anyways, let's talk about the books that I hope to read. The first is The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. This is actually going to be a reread for me, hopefully a buddy read as well. I have talked to a fellow booktuber about potentially doing a buddy reread for this one. This, to my knowledge, is my favorite book ever, and I want to do a reread because it's been a while since I've read this. I think the first time I read it was 2008, 2009. When did it come out? It came out in 2003. I was in college. I was not in high school. I was in college when I read this the first time, and I reread it. Maybe I only read it twice. Maybe this will be my third. I can't remember, but I've read it more than once. So this follows Claire and Henry. Henry has a genetic anomaly that basically involuntarily throws him into time travel. He only travels to points of his own timeline, so like he's never gonna jump back to the time of the dinosaurs or anything like that, but always in his own timeline, either in the past or in the future. Throughout his life, he does come upon Claire, who he meets her for the first time when he is like early 20s. She meets him for the first time when she is like 6 or 7. Sounds weird, I know, but it's not. All I remember about this book is that it is beautiful. Like Audrey Niffenegger, she has the most hauntingly beautiful writing style. This book is now, of course, a movie with Rachel McAdams and I see the guy. I can't think of his name right now. Eric Bana. Okay. So yeah, the movie stars Rachel McAdams as Claire and Eric Bana as Henry. I might do a reading vlog for this, just to see, you know, how much has my reading taste changed over the years? Am I still gonna love this? Is this still gonna be an all-time favorite? I'm really nervous because it's gonna break my heart if I reread this and it's not what I remember, or if my tastes have just changed so much that I'm like, meh. The next book is Lily and the Octopus by Stephen Rowley. I don't know anything about this, but I think that's Lily, and she is a dachshund, and I grew up with dachshunds, and I will forever have a place for little doxies in my heart. This is a story about that special someone, the one in whom you trust and confide, and without whom you can't imagine living. For our narrator, Ted, that someone special happens to be his best friend Lily, who happens to be a dog. When Lily's well-being is at risk, Ted will do everything in his power to keep her safe. Lily and the Octopus reminds us how it feels to love fiercely, how difficult it is to let go, and how worthwhile it is to fight for what matters. Remember the last book you told someone they had to read? Lily and the Octopus is the next one. So this just sounds really sweet. That's a really long dachshund though. Like that's proportionally, that is not accurate. This next one, Yvette is going to be very excited about. She's been telling me for a couple months now that I have to read it, and that is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I think this is a Rumpelstiltskin. I think it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I could be very wrong. Maybe it's Sleeping Beauty? I don't know. Spinning Silver draws readers deeper into this glittering realm of fantasy where the boundary between wonder and terror is thinner than a breath, and safety can be stolen as quickly as a kiss. Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty until Miriam takes matters into her own hands. Hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation for being able to turn silver into gold. When an ill-advised boast draws the attention of the king of the Starrick, fey creatures who seem more ice than flesh, Miriam's fate and that of two kingdoms will be forever altered. Oh my goodness. Set an impossible challenge by the nameless king, Miriam unwittingly spins a web that draws in a peasant girl, Wanda, and the unhappy daughter of a local lord who plots to wed his child to the dashing young Tsar. Does this take place in Russia? But Tsar Myrnatius is not what he seems, and the secret he hides threatens to consume the lands of humans and Sterek alike. Torn between deadly choices, Miriam and her two unlikely allies embark on a desperate quest that will take them to the limits of sacrifice, power, and love. This sounds fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay. I thought I heard this was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I don't know where I got the Rumpelstiltskin thing. Apparently that is not this one. I want to read this. The next one is The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. I think I actually softy enough'd this audiobook a couple years ago. I don't know, I wasn't following it very well. And I'm like, I should probably like physically read it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be tandem reading this with the audiobook. But from what I remember, there was like, I don't remember a whole lot. The newly renovated Hotel Le Sommet, a former sanatorium high in the Swiss Alps, has long been plagued by dark rumors. When Detective Elin Warner's estranged brother Isaac and his fiancée Laura, invite her to celebrate their engagement at the hotel, Ellen reluctantly accepts. Arriving in the midst of a threatening storm, Ellen immediately feels on edge. And when Laura suddenly vanishes, Ellen must trust her instincts if they hope to find her. When the snow cuts off all access to Le Sommet, the remaining guests start to panic. Then another woman disappears, and she's the only person who could have warned them of just how much danger they are all in. I think I've heard mixed reviews on this, but it sounds intriguing. That building, like, looks like it's covered in moss. It's very atmospheric. The next is How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu. How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu. So this was compared a lot to Sea of Tranquility, and I actually bought Sea of Tranquility and this around the same time last winter. And I think this is kind of similar in the sense that it's different storylines that are somehow interconnected. And I have heard that it's hard to read. The dust jacket smells like chocolate. That's weird. In 2030, a grieving archaeologist arrives in the Arctic Circle to continue the work of his recently deceased daughter at the Batagaika crater, where researchers are studying long-buried secrets now revealed in melting permafrost, including the perfectly preserved remains of a girl who appears to have died of an ancient virus. Once unleashed, the Arctic plague will reshape life on Earth for generations to come, forcing humanity to devise a myriad of moving and inventive ways to embrace possibility in the face of tragedy. In a theme park designed for terminally ill children, a cynical employee falls in love with a mother desperate to hold on to her infected son. Oh gosh. A heartbroken scientist searching for a cure finds a second chance at fatherhood when one of his test tube subjects, a pig, develops the capacity for human speech. Got Wilbur up in here. A widowed painter and her teenage granddaughter embark on a cosmic quest to locate a new home planet. Oh my Lanta. I'm anticipating a 5-star read with this. I'm also anticipating it's gonna destroy me. And the final one that is probably the least aquamarine-ish of all of them, but Una Out of Order by Margarita Montemor. This one I think I've talked about a couple times already on my channel. Her life is not going in a linear pattern. Like, she's bouncing around. So one birthday she might wake up when she's 23, the next birthday she's gonna wake up when she's 50. Her life is happening out of order. That also sounds extremely intriguing. I mean, really, like, all of these books, I'm not as excited about the Sanatorium, but the rest of them I'm pretty geeked about. Those are the books that I hope to read in the month of March. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these. What did you think? And let me know what you are most looking forward to reading in the month of March. And let me know if there are any other March babies out there. Thank you so much. Please do remember to like and subscribe. I am still trying to grow my channel, so that would really help me out. And until next time, bye.